It's Platt, and today I try a gummy flavored beer from Atlanta. That's next to Platt's Beer of the Week. So the particular beer we have today is from Sweetwater Brewing. It is their Gummy Fruit Punch Imperial IPA. Little background into Sweetwater. Sweetwater was founded in Atlanta in 1997 by a couple gentlemen, Freddie Bench and Kevin McNerney. Now, the story actually starts in Boulder, Colorado. They were roommates together at the University of Colorado. And I can just tell you from having roommates in college, those are some of the tightest bonds you'll ever make. And especially if both of you work at a brewery cleaning kegs. I guarantee you if I'd have got a job at a brewery in college, I'd have never left. They worked together throughout the college, worked at the brewery course, caught the craft beer bug. After college, Bench ended up going to California and studying at the American Brewers Guild, while McNerney took various jobs at various breweries throughout Colorado and California. I believe one of the breweries he worked at was Avery there in California, or Colorado. Where the idea for Sweetwater came from was Bench in 1996 went to Atlanta for the Olympics that year. The Summer Olympics were there. And he realized for a major metropolitan area, Atlanta is one of the largest cities in the U.S., at the time there just was not a lot of craft there, especially the classic West Coast style beers and IPAs, and he saw the opportunity, so he got started on Sweetwater. McNerney came down later just in time to help him finish up the first brewery there off I-20 in Atlanta. They sold their first beers February 1997. At the time, they released two beers, Sweetwater ESB, and then what they call Blue, which is a blueberry wheat ale. I think they still sell today. A couple of years in 1999, they ended up hosting the World Beer Cup, which is kind of a coup for a new brewery like that. 3 years later, at the Great American Beer Festival, they won the award for Best Small Brewery of the Year. Again, 5 years in, that's a pretty big deal. Definitely a bullet point on your old resume. Move ahead to 2008, and Kevin McNerney decided to step away from brewing to spend more time with the family. You know, we hear from athletes and politicians. And just like athletes, politicians, McNerney was back years later brewing at another brewery. So forget them kids. Move ahead to 2020, and a company called Imperial, a Canadian cannabis company, bought the brewery for $300 million. I remember a few years ago out here in Vegas at a cannabis investment convention, talking to some gentlemen from Canada when weed went legal there, and they were expressing at the time that they were already wanting to start to develop relationships with brewers, either here in the state or Canada. They felt that Canada is going to be ahead of the U.S. as far as cannabis and alcohol together, or cannabis, beer, what have you. And so they've been more aggressive in those relationships per se. Real quick, let's talk about some of the other beers. First is 420 EPA, 5.7% ABV, EPA for extra pale ale. This is their flagship beer, released on 420. You can insert all cannabis jokes right here. Next is Triple Tail IPA, 5.7% or 5.5% ABV, 35 IBUs, made with hints of papaya and pineapple, or I believe there's actual papaya and pineapple in there. The flavors are kind of subtle, but interesting combination there. Next is 420 Strain Trainwreck, 8% ABV. This is marketed as a danky hazy IPA. You know, the flavors just work together. You know, the cannabis and the hop plant. I totally get it. Lastly is their American Lager, 4.5% ABV. This is made with 100% Pilsner malt. I talked about this in several reviews. I think if you're wanting to sell to a mass audience, it probably does help to have at least one mass kind of beer in there, and a straight American Lager makes perfect sense. Well, before we check out this particular beer, though, let's check out the stats. So, real quick before we try this beer, I want to make a little announcement. I believe I'm releasing this video October 1st, October 2nd, somewhere around there. The Friday afterwards, so 4 days later, I'm planning on doing a live stream. I've not done a live stream forever. Probably since maybe the start of COVID. I think I did a couple with my buddy Jimmy. Anyway, I kind of decided recently that I wanted to start interacting with you, the regular viewers, subscribers to the channel. I want to start interacting a little bit more. You may have noticed I've been trying to post some more stuff in the community tabs, what have you. But I want to get, want to throw something in besides just another generic beer, homebrewing video, whatever, which I know, that's probably why you come to the channel. But I want to start doing something a little different. Again, be more interactive. The plan going forward, and we'll see how it goes to these initial live streams. I'd like to do at least a monthly AMA where you guys can ask me any questions about beer, wine, bartending, Las Vegas, what have you. And then maybe do one with a couple of friends. Either we discuss a topic or just kind of BS, around. Have a little more fun. Make it kind of a Friday night thing, or maybe that's something I can get feedback from you guys. Maybe another night works better for you guys, or what have you. But I'm wanting to interact with you guys a little more, and feel free to interact with me through the various either social media platforms, leave a comment, what have you. But that's something I'm looking for doing in the future, just to kind of change things up, have a little more fun. So I will definitely leave a notice in the community tabs, and I'll probably try to set it as a premiere for when we do our live stream. So keep an eye out for that. Well, that being said, let's drink a gummy flavored beer. I'm titillated by this idea. Ooh. All right. Someone's making a little mess. Might be the first spill on the channel, so you write this down. All right. At first, just taking a sip off the head or whatever, the hops not really present. I definitely get that gummy sweetness. Kind of shines through on the nose as the dominant feature. This beer's got a slight haze, but not too much. Let's go ahead and dive in. I definitely get the gummy. It's just kind of a fruity flavor. Boy, not getting a lot of hops though. This is pretty fruit forward. To me, the sweetness almost has a viscosity to it. This body is not viscous, but you can see we're hitting that direction. They're not bad. It's still drinkable. Also, another thing I'm getting is at 9.5% ABV, I'm not really noticing that. Once you get up above 8 or so, you will feel a warming in the chest, and I am not getting that at all. Which means this beer could be dangerous because you do not taste 9.5% alcohol. This is a fun beer in a sense. I could probably talk someone into drinking this that's never had an IPA. That being said, I don't know if this is the IPA I'd give them to try to get them to drink an IPA. This is a cool idea. They've executed the flavor, I think, of what they were wanting to go through, kind of a fruity, gummy thing. This one, though, just does not do it for me. I was expecting a little more hop balance. This is just kind of simple gummy, and again, the body and the slight bit of viscousness is something that's kind of throwing me off. This could be your kind of thing, and if you enjoy the sweeter kind of beers, stuff like that, not in a malty sense, but just in some form or fashion flavorized, you've enhanced to add sweetness, you might like it, but this one kind of misses on me. It is what it is. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or beers that you'd like me to try, please leave it in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.